First was the group of unsolicited proposals to develop the airport. In my view, it was done without citizen input, and it was done behind our backs, and that angered me. Second was the comprehensive plan, which, as you all know, is the plan that supports the City Council's vision for Venice, and it starts the overarching rules and regulations that eventually become land development regulations and define how the city's going to grow in the future. Okay, I'll acknowledge that Sue Lang made me aware that in the draft plan, which is now being revised, there were a lot of things hidden in there. For example, there are 12 to 14 places, at least in the city, that were going to allow building heights of 85 feet. And, if I wanted to live in Sarasota with all their high condos, as nice as they might be, I would have moved to Sarasota, not to Venice. I want the small town atmosphere. An example of why this is important. Right down here are brand new condos that are 3 stories high. About a year before the gentleman started to build that, he talked with residents and proposed a 3-story condo. He submitted to City Hall a 7-story set of plans. A man named Joe McGee, who lived in the condos behind it out on Venice Avenue, was the primary organizer of the efforts against that. And after thousands, literally thousands of city or citizen man-hours spent fighting that, there was finally a compromise. The City Council and the City Planning Commission backed the citizens, and we have now what is a very nice and attractive 3-story condominium, transitions from the higher condos on the beach down to single-family housing areas, and is logically done, in my view. That is what Ernie and Sue and the other council members now have spent hours on, going through the comprehensive plan, line by line, page by page, to protect and listen to us. I want to be a part of that. The third and final thing that made me say I'm going to run was the Sunshine Law violation, quote-unquote, or issues. Now, whatever will take place in the courts, we're not going to talk to that. That's done, or is being done. But the event that started it, which was after a council meeting, Mike Rafferty, Sue, and Ed Martin were seen together for a moment in one of the conference rooms off City Council. And as Rick Casey and former city manager Marty Black went by, they saw this. They assumed a violation was occurring. Neither had the courage to stop and ask, was something done wrong? Should we stop this? Should we correct it? Now, it's interesting, as a city council person, I believe, first and foremost, if I'm voted in, I owe my loyalty to you. Incumbent upon that is my loyalty also to fellow council members who also were elected by you. And so I have a duty to protect them and make sure we work effectively together on your behalf. Well, that was Rick Casey then went to the Court of Public Opinion with an email to Kim Hackett of the Herald Tribune, and the Sunshine Law issues have blossomed since there. But he shouldn't have gone to the Court of Public Opinion. Let me tell you how I think it should have been done. At West Point, as a cadet, the honor code says you don't lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. Now, in this case, Casey and Black, walking by, should have seen this, gone in, and what we were told at West Point was, if I see you and I think you've made an honor violation, I will go to you first. If we can resolve this, and I go, okay, I misunderstood, fine. If no, I think there's still an issue, then I say to my fellow cadet, I think you need to go talk to the Honor Commission yourself. You do it. If you don't, I will do it. The courage of my conviction, having seen what I thought was improper. Rick Casey did not do that, nor did Marty Black. They didn't file an official complaint. They went to the Court of Public Opinion, inappropriate in my view. And also, by the way, what was Marty Black's other title? Chief Ethics Officer for the City of Venice. Mm-hmm. And this man let it go by. There was something ill-advised about the way those two people acted. Those are the 3 issues that motivated me to want to run. Now, what do I think I bring to you? 2 years of pre-engineering college experience at Niagara University, 4 at West Point, and an MBA in business on top of that. I served 10 years in the Army and the National Guard, both as an infantry officer and a helicopter pilot. I think I can understand the issues with the airport effectively and work with those folks to try and bring that to a resolution. I served 30 years in the aerospace industry, either in advanced programs development or marketing, 20 years in the D.C. office for Sikorsky Helicopter, worked with primarily the Pentagon, but many government agencies, including the Federal Aviation Administration. I think I bring integrity, I think I bring loyalty, and I think I bring leadership. Again, these are the things I want to have in support of you and myself, citizen of Venice. Finally, what do we want to really achieve? Mary Garlock said, you have to say something funny. I don't know that I really have that, but as she said earlier, what? It hasn't happened yet. 2 points. But as she said today, Yogi Berra said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Well, we all took that fork last November, in my view, and we need to continue that change. I think we're truly on the right path. We have a council now that is listening. It's been painful to go through, spend the hours they've had to spend to go through and change the direction of the ship estate of Venice. But they're doing it, and I would like to be a part of it. One of the key things we need to do now is interview and hire a good city manager. One with a vision for the future, consistent with our vision. 2, a good manager. 3, I'm going to say a fiscal conservative. We're in very tight financial times. I think these are 3 things that would be key. We need to protect and save the airport and the golf course. They should be safe and they should be maintained on behalf of the citizens of Venice. The businesses. I think when you think of Venice, you think of Venice Avenue, you think of Venice downtown Main Street. That needs to be supported and developed. It is the essence of why the visual image of what people get. But there's a lot of other businesses out here. There are our friends who are the builders. Jeff Gates and Beechwood Builders put the addition on our house. You have the larger developers. You have, the people who have the jewelry shop. All are citizens of Venice, and we need a vibrant business community to support us and have a diverse tax base. So I think that really, I could go on, but the essence of why I want your support and why I'm running for Venice is there. And if you remember, my logo is Venice, preserve paradise while moving forward. And so I was going to say, we had it before, Kit for Council, KFC, but I thought Colonel Sanders would So anyway, we'll go Venice, preserving paradise while moving forward. And I thank you very much.